always be a fascination with the space race and the work of NASA to get men on the moon. Making that the backdrop of romantic comedy is an inspired idea, which Fly Me to the Moon delivers with the necessary amount of charm. The film appears to be doing something akin to an old-school rom-com like the sort that Doris Day and Rock Hudson would have starred in. Thanks to a witty screenplay credited to Rose Gilroy and snappy direction by Greg Berlanti, it just becomes a pleasant time hanging out with these characters as they go through the process of sending those astronauts into outer space. Part of what makes romantic comedy work is interest in the leads, and Fly Me to the Moon especially pulls that off. Scarlett Johansson depicts the cunning of her advertising expert Kelly, her feeling like she walked off the set of a 60s comedy for remarks and clever planning. Meanwhile, Channing Tatum continues to show his comedic skills as NASA director Cole, but we also see someone grappling with a recent tragic event. You sense his determination to make this spaceflight possible and the care he puts into making sure it succeeds. Their scenes together are nicely performed, with both actors exhibiting the needed believability that they will eventually become attracted to each other. We also get some fun turns from the other actors who populate the cast. Ray Romano, Noah Robbins, Jim Rash, and Ana Garcia provide some humorous moments as, much like Johansson and Tatum, they understand the tone of the movie. There's a solid running gag out of a black cat that keeps popping up at NASA, much to Cole's annoyance, along with other comedic bits based on our own knowledge of the space program. While a subplot involving Kelly filming a fake moon landing might seem like something that would validate conspiracy theorists, the film is actually making fun of that notion by pointing out how absurd the idea is. Some of the funniest parts of the movie involve this storyline, including the humorous use of cinematographer Dariusz Wolski. It's also portrayed as the wrong thing to do, as we're not meant to side with Woody Harrelson's mysterious White House employee. The movie celebrates the impressive work of the NASA engineers, as there's a frequent sense of awe of them accomplishing this goal, and it captures the feeling in the control room when the astronauts take off. Some of the most gripping moments of the movie do come during the climax, especially since we've truly gotten to know the characters at that point, and want so much for them to show the world what NASA is capable of. When people talk about the kinds of movies Hollywood makes less of these days, it's usually something like Fly Me to the Moon they're thinking of. There is an old-school charm to the film and its approach to telling the story of the space mission. The humor frequently works, and while 2 hours and 13 minutes seems like a surprising runtime for romantic comedy like this, Greg Berlanti keeps things interesting. Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum make for a solid pairing as Kelly's snappy personality plays well off Cole's more serious approach, with both characters depicted as passionate about their respective fields. It's easy to smile and admire what NASA pulls off, even in this largely fictional depiction of events.